I'm Chris Williams from Cyclone Fanatic and a proud Iowa State graduate from the class of 2007. No one shows up like Iowa State fans.
And Cyclones support Cyclones on and off the field.
Your gift can provide scholarships to students, fund groundbreaking research. We can even drum up opportunities for the marching band. Visit MoveWhatMatters.com to learn how you can make an impact today.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hilton. Iowa State and Cincinnati going at it here in about 30 minutes. My name is Chris Williams, and we're going to break it all down for you. Presented by our friends at Channel Seed. God bless the Channel Seedsmen. Looking forward to 10 days from now. I'm going to go and speak with Channel Seedsmen about branding and all that cool stuff. Great group of people. Thank you to our friends at Bayer and Channel Seed for bringing us pregame. Women's pregame will be here in about an hour. You'll be able to see that. Should be right around halftime of the men's game, is the hope. I'll have postgame right after this game, as always, where I give you my instant reaction to the Cyclones in Cincinnati. We're also presented by our friends at Keene Project Solutions. Had a great meeting with my friends at Keene on Friday. Hung out there for about 2 hours at their office in Ankeny. What an incredible company. Blessed to be able to tell you about all the great things that our friends at Keene Project Solutions do. And the Natuzel family, Clay and Chase, they are financial advisors with Raymond James. If you need help with your finances in 2025, these guys are diehard Cyclones. They're probably here today, and if they're not, they're yelling about the Cyclones somewhere, so you know you can trust them with your money. All right. Iowa State's like an 11.5-point favorite in this one. Cincinnati, just give you the skinny. They've won 3 in a row after prior 4-game losing streak to that. Their best win, I think, was probably against BYU. Now, they did win at Central Florida. I'm not high on that Central Florida team, but the metrics don't hate them. It might be their best win. It was a 10-point win, similar to what Iowa State did in Orlando this past week. I think Cincinnati's going to really slow this game down today. Their adjusted tempo is 284th in the country, and they're not a good offensive team. Their offensive ratings suck. Very good. This is they come from the Big East. This is like an old Bob Huggins type of, not stylistically, but you think of that like tough Big East. That's what Cincinnati is going to try and do today to Iowa State. And that would make me a little bit nervous. Not that Iowa State loses today. They lost that game 2 weeks ago here, and I don't foresee anything like that happening. However, their grinded out style, they're long, tough on defense. They're good enough on defense where they could give this Iowa State offense some problems. So that would be my that's where I would be cautious going into this basketball game today, because I think they're well enough coached where they're going to come in here and lean into their strength and not try and do anything stupid like you saw Central Florida do a month ago here, where they tried to run with Iowa. I don't think Cincinnati's – so watch that. I think in the first half especially, Cincinnati's going to be running that thing down to 5 on the shot clock, really try and limit turnovers, keep Iowa State out of transition. That is Cincinnati's recipe to an upset today in Hilton Coliseum. Also, and I've talked about this leading up to this game, and it is worth noting, Cincinnati is one of those bubble-type teams right now. They look at today's game as a measuring stick as to where they are at as a program right now. They were all but dead when this thing moved to the month of February. They were sitting at 2-8 in the Big 12 with not much hope. If they could go on the road today and pick up their second quad 1 win in 3 games, they would be back, 6-8 in the league, and at least has a puncher's chance to get to the tournament down the stretch here. So this is a game. Iowa State has been kind of caught in these spots quite a bit this year, where you're just in the spot where the other team is desperate, and when you're ranked in the top 10, you're going to get everybody's best shot. So that's the scout on Cincinnati. Jizzle James is one of the best guards Iowa State will play this year. Frickin' stud. He's the son of Edgerrin James, former NFL running back. I'm looking at him right now. Kid's put together. Wonderful sophomore for Cincinnati. And he's one of the most fun prospects we'll see come through Hilton Coliseum all season. So that's fun. I'm looking forward to watching him today and that matchup with Keyshawn Gilbert and Taman Lipsey. But the Cyclones will be wearing all Cardinal. It is a color at Cardinal game. It looks like Cincinnati's going to be in all black, so no white uniforms today. And this is a interesting matchup. What are you going to get from Cincinnati? Ryan says they've scored 80 points or more in the last 3 games. I understand that. I don't think they're going to try and do that today, though. I think that's a death trap if you come in here and say we're going to get into a track meet with Iowa State. The numbers are what the numbers are, and their offense isn't very good. They've scored 84 or more in the last 3 games, he says, against terrible defenses. Not a defense like Iowa State. You go ahead, I'll show you every number to show you are wrong. 284th in tempo, 109th in offense. Bad shooting team, 207th in the country in three-point shooting. The 338th worst free throw shooting team in the country. Okay? It would be suicide for Cincinnati to come in and try and run around with Iowa State. How's the crowd? Says Eli. It's sold out. It's too early to tell, but I would be shocked if this is anything but an awesome Saturday afternoon crowd in Hilton Coliseum. Let's go else to the Big 12 real quick, because I do want to see what the score of that Arizona game is. It was tied the last time I saw it. The other thing I needed to hit on before we tip off here is the NCAA Tournament Committee released its seeding. Iowa State is number 9. That is about where I thought. I had Iowa State at 7, 8, or 9, where I thought they would put them. So that, I'm fine with that. It's whatever. I don't think there was much of an impact one way or the other on the Momcilovic injury as far as that goes. I'm okay with that. Nothing that I saw in that was glaringly pissed me off as far as the ratings go today. Arizona currently up on Houston 48-43. About 8 to go in the second half there. Baylor hanging on against West Virginia. That's an interesting one. West Virginia really been sliding the last few weeks. Baylor's up by 3. 10 to play in that one. Tech is on the road, and they are rolling Oklahoma State right now. I picked today Colorado to get its first league win of the season. They're currently losing by 2 at home to Central Florida. We'll see how that one finishes up. Good ones tonight in the league, where I am really going to have an eye on this Kansas State-BYU game. 8 o'clock tip. I don't understand why Kansas State continues to be almost a double-digit underdog. It's free money. Having said that, it's got to end at some point, but the metrics have not caught up to Jerome Tang's team. Still, to this point. If every game you just bet on Kansas State points and the money line for the last month and a half, you would be a very wealthy individual right now, depending on what you're putting down. And then Kansas is at Utah, 9 o'clock tip tonight on ESPN. Iowa State women are at Kansas. They are tipping off at 4 o'clock. And Connor Ferguson and Leah Nelson will have pregame for you at 3:30. So hopefully that will be right at halftime, so you guys can pop on here, watch the pregame, get ready for the women. Men get a victory. get out of here, get the Johnnies, wherever you're at, watch the second half of the women's game. Big game today for Bill Finoway's team. And every game they are, they're on the bubble, right now. And every game matters, especially these road type games. Be a big statement today if Bill Finoway's team could get that win. I feel like they are trending in the right direction, but this is a game they really need tonight at Hilton Coliseum. Excuse me, at Allen Fieldhouse. So there you have it. I got Iowa State winning this one by about 10. I think it'll be right in there. I think Cincinnati's going to have a plan. Sticking to it's going to be harder than most people think. The key too will be, as it always is with Iowa State, that perimeter defense and getting going in transition. That's how you really take a team like Cincinnati out of its comfort zone. And that's always Iowa State's recipe, right? Doesn't matter who you're playing. I've sat in their team meetings and stuff when I've been on the road. It's really, they don't change from game to game. That's what I love about this program so much, is that it doesn't matter if you're playing Kansas or Mississippi Valley State. They prepare the same way, and they say you have to stop us. So there you have it. Looking forward to it. Let's get after it. Tip-off coming in about 15 to 20 minutes. ESPN2 today. So you guys cannot bitch at me about ESPN Plus for one day and one day only. And then next week you get to start bitching about ESPN Plus again. It'll be marvelous. Go Clones. We'll talk to y'all after the game right here. Hang out with me. That's coming up. The second this game is over, we're going live, and I'll give you my complete reaction. Later. Have a great day.